All right, guys, I had a question about this word problem. So I've kind of written down just the quick details on here. So the problem says that we have a rectangle and its width is 6 less than twice its length. The area is 140 and we want to find the dimensions. So the first thing I'm going to do is just sketch a rectangle. Okay. And it says that the width is 6 less than twice the length. So let's say the length is L. Okay. So that's one side of a rectangle. Let's say that's L. Now we know that the width is 6 less than twice the length. So let's do the second part first. Twice the length would be 2 times the length, or 2L. And then 6 less than that means minus 6. So we've got the other side is 2L minus 6. You can't have two variables in this or it won't work out. So that's what we have to do. And then hopefully we remember that the area of a rectangle is just the length times the width. Now they give us the area is 140, so we can substitute that in. We know the length is L, but we know that the width, we're going to substitute in 2L minus 6, because we don't want to have those L and W in the problem. At that point, we're just going to work this out. So first I'm going to distribute the L. So we get 2L squared minus 6L. I need all this on one side because I have L squared. So we're going to subtract 140 from both sides. So we have 0 equals 2L squared minus 6L minus 140. Okay, at this point we have a quadratic equation. You can either choose to factor or you can choose to use a quadratic formula. I'm going to factor this instead of the quadratic formula, but you can do either. So I know I need to take out a GCF first. So I'm going to take out 2. So we get L squared minus 3L minus 70. Then we're going to keep going, factor this. So I need to multiply to get negative 70, add up to negative 3. And that's going to be negative 10 and a positive 7. Set both of those equal to 0. Okay, so we add 10 on both sides here and we get 10. Subtract 7 on both sides, we get negative 7. Now we're talking about the side of a rectangle. Okay, so we've got this rectangle. We know this is L and this is 2L minus 6. Now, it does not make sense that the side of a rectangle would be a negative 7. You're talking about the length of something. So that is not our answer. Okay, L is 10. So this side of the rectangle is 10. Okay, that's great, but it asks us for the dimensions, so we also need the width. So the width we know is 2L minus 6. So I'm going to take that 10 and substitute it in for the length. So we have 2 times 10 minus 6, which is 20 minus 6, and we get 14. Okay, so sometimes it's helpful to make sure our answer makes sense. So the problem told us that the area is supposed to be 140. And we also know that the area is length times width. So let's substitute in the length, which is 10, and the width, which is 14. And if we multiply those, we do get 140, which is what we wanted. So those are your two answers. The answers are 10 and 14 for your dimensions.